Welcome to the Gingium YouTube channel. Let me take you on a tour of all my beautiful cars. This is my Volvo. I broke it because I tore the motor apart thinking it was blown up, just to find out something was loose. This is my drift truck. I broke it by crashing it into a manhole cover. This is my Mitsubishi Eclipse. It broke itself. It's now leaking a bunch of coolant for no reason. This is my GTI. It's also broken, but it's a Volkswagen. So, are any of us really surprised? My Mitsubishi Delica, also broken. This one's leaking diesel. These are my Miatas. They're the only cars I own that aren't broken. They're both perfectly fine, but I'm trying to protect them from these damn trees, so they stay mostly under the covers. I know this is really sad, especially the truck, but I promise you, all these cars, they're gonna get revived. They're not getting abandoned, although I guess you could argue they've already been abandoned, but they'll be revived. The two cars that I can fix here and now are the two current projects that just decided to randomly poop themselves. Mitsubishi 1 and Mitsubishi 2. One of them is leaking a cooling substance used to prevent the motor from blowing up, which it's already done once. And the other one is leaking a combustible substance that could burn the entire thing down. We're gonna fix the combustible substance first, mostly because my brother's coming in town in 2 days and we're supposed to be going overlanding in the Delica. Don't know if that's gonna happen, but we can at least try to fix it. Now the Delica is leaking diesel out of the injection pump. It's the mechanical pump used to inject, direct inject the diesel into the cylinders. Now normally this would require removing the injection pump and rebuilding it. It's probably been in there since it's been new, so all the O-rings and stuff, they're getting old, they're getting crispy, and that's what's starting to leak. Thankfully in this situation, it seems like there might be a quick fix. The thing that's leaking is a little plate on the side of the injection pump in between the injection pump and the motor. Thankfully, I was able to remove that plate and remove the O-ring with the injection pump untouched, still in the Delica. Here's that O-ring. And this thing is rough. It's crunchy. If you move it around, you can hear it crunching. It's got cracks all over it. So it's not a surprise that this thing was leaking. I got some miscellaneous O-rings from the auto parts store. Hopefully one of them fits, and hopefully this will fix the issue. Maybe not a permanent fix, some of the other O-rings might start leaking, but if we can just get it fixed to go overlanding, man, those trees are going crazy. They're freaking hailing on my car. But let's throw these things in here. Alrighty, so it's way up there, but I'm gonna reach up. Wow, it kind of just fit perfectly. It looks good. This is gonna take a while. It's one of those quarter turn at a time type deals. It's better than having to remove the entire pump. That's for sure. Ow. Bolt one down. All right. Well, that's done. Now I just got to put this ground cable back on right here. Ah. All right. Your job is to just. Yep, pretty much. I can look from the top here too. I think she's good. We fixed it. Heck yeah. As much as I want to work on the Eclipse and get that fixed, I'm supposed to go camping with my brother and the Delica in 2 days in 30-degree weather. So I think at the very least, we have to get the bed framed out so I can sleep somewhere and the heater installed. I wish it was totally done. I wish we had the solar panel in and all. I wish we had everything done, but I underestimated how much time it would take. So that's my fault. Let's stop talking. Let's start the work. Now you guys let me know that putting the heater underneath the van isn't the smartest of choices. So I think we're going to try to put the heater in that wheel well, kind of the opposite of where the electrical system is. Spicy? How's it going, man? This is our stray cat friend that comes around. He's very friendly. The heater is mounted and the exhaust and the intake tubes for the combustion are ran. And as you saw, I just finished up running the fuel line. Taps into the factory Delica fuel tank. There's the fuel pump right there. And that will provide fuel to the heater. And it is a plug and play system, but the wires aren't quite long enough, so I'll have to do some chopping. I think we're ready to test this heater. It's all wired up. I'm going to have some ducting coming, through this wall, because there's gonna be a wall here. For now, since we don't have a wall or anything, I think we can test it. Pop on main breaker. There we go. So we got power. How does this thing work? I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but the diesel pump's running. Fan on the heater is running, but the air is still cold. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten such a cheap heater. Pretty sure that the pump that comes with the heater is it's not working. There's diesel in the line, but the diesel is not getting past the pump. Even though it's on right now, it's clicking. It doesn't sound very healthy. I've never heard a fuel pump that sounds like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not working. I do all this work my ass off to take this thing overlanding with my brother. Not nearly finished, but at least I needed to get the heat done. So I sacrificed finishing a bunch of other stuff so I could have heat, and it's faulty. Fuck you. I've made it too far to give up now. So I ordered just a basic low pressure inline fuel pump from O'Reilly's. That will be here tomorrow. I'll replace that with the cheap Chinese one I have. Hopefully that will work, because I don't know, what pressure and all that kind of what flow it has to be. The way I'm figuring it is if I can get diesel to the heater, it's gonna work. So we'll try that. While we wait though, I'm gonna get some more frame work done on the bed so I can actually have a place to sleep. This fuel pump was as expensive as the entire cheap heater. Hopefully it works. Oh, you hear it pumping. Diesel. Now it's time to test it. Turn that bad boy on. And since we know the heater is gonna be getting diesel now, it should work. There's diesel coming out of it. Oh, but it's heating up. Definitely heating up. It's also definitely leaking diesel though. I think it's working. It's definitely warm air coming out of it. I just don't like that. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh geez. All right. I turned it off. What the hell, man? Well, clearly that didn't work. All right. I surrender. The aftermarket fuel pump I got flows too much fuel. The one that came with the kit, I think it actually is working. It's just, it flows so little fuel that it can't push the fuel up the long vertical straight I have. I don't know what to do, but at this point I don't have time. And at this point, the Delica was finished enough to take it overlanding. So my brother and I packed it up with all the camping supplies we would need. We caught an escaping cat. And then we drove into the North Georgia mountains to find an awesome campsite. This time around, we were able to find some trails that had a little bit more serious off-roading than our previous overlanding trips, and that was a blast. But the thing that really set this trip apart was the change of season. At this time of year, the mountains in North Georgia are absolutely incredibly beautiful. For dinner, my brother and I made something called tinfoil dinner, which is just a bunch of stuff put into a thing of tinfoil and cooked over the fire. In my humble opinion, it's one of the best campfire meals you can have. That night, I also tried to take some cool long exposure photos, which I thought turned out awesome, but they were slightly out of focus. The next morning, we cooked some bacon over the fire, and then we headed back home. If the Delica would have been more finished, and if Hunter's 4Runner wouldn't have broken, we were planning on going on a longer trip. But in this situation, spending one night out on the mountains, it was awesome.